you came with. Let me repeat that. That was quoted by DJ. Let me repeat that. That is classic. The blessing you expect today from God depends on the heart that you brought in. The Bible is clear when He said, whatever you sow, you reap. In Tagalog, we have this word. Kung ano ang iyong itinanim, yun ang iyong aanin. At your workplace, you work hard, you get paid. You work overtime, Ottawa gets the pay. But in God's economy of service, it always has to be with the Lord. You know that many, many years I've been preaching and teaching and sharing. It's always a privilege to do that. But let me tell you this. Almost every Sunday, it gives me a shiver in my body every time I come and study God's Word and share God's Word. You cannot really outgrow and outlove God. There's still something of, Lord, I've been doing this for 25 years, but I still need you, please, Lord, be before me. Because there's only thing I can say, that there's more thing that you can do to minister to your people. And that should be the case to anybody who stands in front. Lord, I've been doing this guitar for 25 years. I can do it with my eyes closed. But without God being there on the things that you do, it will fall on deaf ears. Sounds fair? That should be the case. Because the blessing you expect today depends on the heart that you brought in. PJ, I'm not blessed today. Your sermon is too long. It's always too long. Probably because you did not come with an expectant heart from the Lord. Hebrews chapter 11 speaks to us with these things. And without faith, it is impossible to please God. Because anyone who comes to Him must believe that He exists and that He rewards, listen to this, those who earnestly seek Him. I want you to go back to that word. Those who earnestly seek Him. I like that. He only rewards those who earnestly seek Him. He only rewards the people of God who are expectant. Not to what PJ is saying, but to what God will say through Him. That's what it's all about. That's why sometimes blessing doesn't go along our way because we brought with the wrong heart. Let's go on by saying this. God knows Himself. Are we good? Are we good? Is it working? President, okay. See, I've been doing this for 25 years. I'm still pressing the wrong button. You know what? Because this is brand new. Because our old one got broken, everything went to different places. Now it's brand new. God knows about Himself. God knows about creation. God knows all about history. The past, the present, and the future. Let's take a look at this. God knows all about Himself. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, read it with me. For who knows a person's thought except their own spirit within them? In the same way, no one knows the thoughts of God except the Spirit of God. Do you know that there are many times that when we pray prayers and God did not answer you, what do? Do you stop praying? To some Christians, they stop praying. What you need to do is keeping on praying, because probably that thing that you were praying about is not God's will for you, or it's not God's timing. But you need to persevere. You never give up. Because you know the best is yet to come. Great things happen to those who wait. Am I right, James? Can we make a public announcement here? Is that my sermon? Can you please grab a mic to James? I'm not in a hurry in my sermon, but we are joyful as a family. James, can you? Okay? Amen. Praise the Lord. We're happy for James and Rose. They are expecting a baby. True story, James and Rose, But that is how we recount God's blessing. Lord, we've been waiting, we've been praying, and God's will happen to those who wait. Our timing is different from God's timing. That's why to those who are in a hurry, and sometimes in their relationship, have you been to Leon's Lee and the Brick? And you haven't prayed and you signed the dotted line and I said, I can pay this. And then after a year you said, I wish I did not sign that. Guilty. Hey, PJ, how can you resist this wonderful white sofa with the thing that you press at the side and it flips. Plus with a TV, an LG, how can you resist that? You can. Especially when you know you don't have money to pay for it. And then you ask God, isn't there a God who provides? Jehovah Jireh? We need to put God in our context, in God's context. Am I right? He said it with his words that definitely he knows about himself. Not only that, but God knows all about creation. Take a look at Genesis chapter 1, verse 31. With his word. And it's on your notes, don't worry. He said, God saw all that he had made, and it was very good. Can you just say to the person beside you, "Oh, you look good. You're good." Even though their hair is kind of messed, like they just woke up, you're good. Even though they have some morning star, you look good. I said this to you because we know for a fact that God has made and created good, wonderful people. Don't wait for other people to appreciate your beauty because everybody has their own perspective on beauty. Because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Remember I was telling about Mother's Day last time? And probably somebody has confessed and said, this is the face that only a mom can love. Nobody will love it. It's only the mom can love this face. But listen, we are all valuable in God's eyes. You are beautiful and handsome in God's eyes. You don't need people's approval of how you look like or how you are appreciated. Because when God has given His one and only Son to die for you, God said, you are important, you are valuable, I love you and I gave you my Son. Every time you look at the mirror, you say, hi, beautiful. PJ, isn't it that's lying? No, it's faith. Until the mirror cracks, then you're really lying. But I'm kidding here. I hope you got that. Everything that God has made, including yourself, is good and precious and valuable. You don't base your beauty and your value on what other people tell you. In God's eyes, you are important. Amen? Regardless of your age, regardless of your skills, you are perfectly made. You are wonderfully made. There is no one like you. Are you glad? What we are also saying here from another text of God, how God knows us is this. God knows about Himself. God knows about creation. God knows about history. The past in Acts chapter 15 verse 8. The present in Proverbs 15. And the future. Nothing surprises God. I like that. Nothing surprises God. Whatever you are facing or will be facing, He is ahead of you. He will take care of you. Remember in the book of James, it said in His words, all good gifts comes from above. All good things come from above. That's why we need to thank God every day. We need to be grateful. I remember a quote that what God knows about me is this. First and foremost, in your notes, it's with these words. 5 aspects that we need to know. First is God knows all my faults and failures. Do you know that? In the book of Psalm 69 verse 5, it said, my sin, O God, you are not hidden from you. You know the foolish things that I have been. God knows our faults and failures. But can I tell you this? In spite of our imperfection, in spite of our backsliding attitude, in spite I'm a PJ and I fall along the way, this is what I know. God is a God who forgives, that we can go on another day with Him. There is no perfection until heaven. Do you believe that? You can hear 1,000 sermons, you can be in 1,000 services, you can have the biggest Bible and your iPad is full of Bible messages, but you cannot and will not be perfect until heaven. And I hope that's not an excuse. PJ, I'm not perfect, so I'm sinning around here. If you love God, as Christians, we sin less than we sin more. I heard something about Matthew 20.